It was senior night at Arlington and the last home match for these wrestlers. Arlington hosting Mahopac, and these two teams had almost identical records. Mahopac at 22-2, Arlington at 22-3. So we figured it would be close. And underneath it all was the fact that Mahopac coach Dennis DeSanto was in search of his 350th career win. The meet started off at 160 pounds, and Mike Peterson disposed of Alex Padovani in 134 of the second round. Brandon Badger didn't need that long at 170. Badger took just 34 seconds to pin John Bondi. But Mahopac got on the board when Laredo Hasaranich pinned Alex Villardo in 55 seconds of the third period. So Arlington had a 12-6 lead after 3. At 195, Tanner Nelson dropped John Hoffman at the 134 mark of the second period. But Mahopac kept within striking distance when Ryan Delahanty almost got a first-round pin. He had to go into the second to pin Nick Basso in 19 seconds of period 2. One of the biggest tournament events came at the super heavyweight division. Arlington's Jaquez Poole looked like he had this one wrapped up, but Valan Brahim kept finding ways to reverse his fortune. This one went back and forth until Brahim got the pin just before the second period ended. Arlington was grateful to get to the lightweights because Alfredo Almeida had been a constant kind of solid at 99 pounds and pinned Garrett Cements in 3 minutes 47 seconds. Arlington led 24-18. But this was the turning point of the meet. At 106, Ulysses Almeida has to face Abby Bunye. Yes, a girl. A girl with a 24-5 record on the season. In fact, the best record of any girl wrestler in New York State. And this becomes a turning point because Abby refused to get pinned, and Almeida had to settle for a major decision, which meant 4 points instead of 6 points, and those 2 extra points were going to be huge. Arlington picked up 2 consecutive pins at 113 and 120, giving the Admirals a 40-18 lead with 5 matches to go. Mahopac took the 126 weight class with a Joe Frezza 8-2 decision. That's 3 points. Chris Cornell pinned Eliza Perks. That's 6 points. Joe Perselli picked up a forfeit at 138, and suddenly we're back to a nail-biter. Arlington leads 40-33. Mike Tartaglia gets a technical fall, beating Austin McHugh 20-4. That's 5 points. And it's 40-38 with 1 match to go. Mike DiNardo of Mahopac didn't wrestle last year because he broke his tailbone, going up against Mario Zeppatelli. Either way, a decision would make one of these 2 guys a hero. DiNardo was racking up points in the early going, and then reverted to a more defensive strategy and wins it by decision 7-1. Mahopac gets 3 points, and that pushes the Indians over the top. Mahopac wins it 41-40 and secures the 350th win for Mahopac coach Dennis DeSanto.
I wasn't so sure we were going to win today, so I thought I might have had to wait till next year, but you know, it's exciting.
You got a dynamic group of wrestlers here. Let's talk about your team and what makes them so special.
You know, we fill out every weight class, and every weight class we have a decent chance of winning. And you know, the kids fight. We finished our dual meet season at 23-2, which I knew we were going to be a pretty good team. I never expected to be this good. That's what the kind of team I have. They fight, fight and fight, and they're all gamers. You know, it seems like in every big match they rise to the occasion.
Let's talk about how much pressure that is, because it comes down to you, 2-point difference, and you know you've got the whole match in your hands.
There's a lot of pressure because if I lost, you know, my teammates, I'll feel bad.
How difficult was it for you to come back from a tailbone injury?
It's very difficult. In the 8th grade at sectionals, I fractured in 3 spots, and then I broke it a year after that. So then I was out for that whole season.
How'd it feel when this one was over?
Oh, I felt so relieved.
They had a lot of good lower weights, but we started to once the weight got out, we started to come back. So.
What is it about wrestling that attracts you? Because you know it's an uphill battle for a girl.
Yeah. Well, my dad did it, and my older brother. So and I always have childhood as a kid. I always used to wrestle with my dad and my brother. So I kind of just joined the team.
Well, they wrestled real tough. I knew it was going to be close coming in here, and I thought it was a great match. I mean, we came on the short end of it, but I thought my kids wrestled real well today.
The other coach gets his 350th win. How many wins do you have?
360.